Boxing King Media in association with Boxro. Kalle, Sauerland, another huge event for Misfits and Sauerlands. What can the fans expect from this second show that you've got lined up? Because the first one was a huge success.
I'm going to ask a question back to you. Did you enjoy the first one?
I think the best way I can answer, I love the atmosphere.
Did you have fun?
I definitely had fun.
That's what this week is about. It's about novice boxers in the celebrity space, all different types of celebrity spaces, and it's about them showing what they've learnt in the gyms and showcasing their talents to a very big audience. That's what it is, not more, not less, our role as promoters are quite redundant because they're all celebrities in their own rights and spaces, and that's the way we roll on Misfits. It's good fun. We'll number 002 this weekend in Sheffield, 003 next month in Austin with Vitor Belfort against Hazim Rahman Jr. and a fantastic card. And then we're back out in January, so it's a regular thing. We want to grow that audience, and I'm hoping that audience also crosses over in mainstream boxing.
Do you reckon the key thing is the fans don't expect professional boxing because it's more like an event, a showcase,
But that's it, my man. It's expectation. If you enter this on Saturday night when you put the DAZN on and you look at it and you got your DAZN screen on screen and you're looking at the event and you're all expecting to see Roy Jones Jr. versus Muhammad Ali, you are going to be very disappointed. If you're looking to see something out of a Rocky movie, you're going to have great fun. So don't knock it, because it's feeding boxing, extra revenues, you name it. It's not taking one thing from boxing. It's not making a mockery of boxing. It's only making a mockery of boxing if I turn around to you now and say, watch the talents, look how amazing they are. Some of them are atrocious, and some of them are very good. And you obviously to match them is very important. Mams Taylor's done a fantastic job on 001, and I'm expecting 002. Some really interesting matchups there.
I think the best example is I've seen celebrity basketball matches, football matches, so it's the same concept.
If you watch the Harlem Globetrotters, and I'm not comparing it because the Harlem Globetrotters are all fantastic basketball as well, but it's not like watching the Bulls versus the Celtics, is it? So it's a different. It's just a different take on it, and it's like sit back, enjoy it. It's fun, and I'm sure there's going to be some surprise performances. Salt Pappy last time, I looked at him at the weigh, and I'm like, I hope this guy realises it's 10-ounce gloves. He was in there, a little shimmy, knockout in 10 seconds, flush on the chin. Spoke to Sonny Edwards backstage after the fight. He goes, he's a ringer. Which means a ringer. And I thought about it, and he's probably right. The sort of the hair to the side, the glasses on. You don't expect, but that was a boxing move. That wasn't someone who just learned boxing a thing. And Sonny said that's something that you've done for a few years to be able to do something like that. You don't get taught that in boxercise, So there's all sorts of surprises. We've got our first female fight on as well. But yeah, like I said, go in with the expectation you're going to have some fun. You take it serious, then don't bother watching.
You've obviously got Tom Zanetti in the ring right now. I spoke to Mams earlier. He wants a KSI fight down the line. Could that be realistic? Because I've seen Tom spar. He can definitely fight.
I've seen pictures of him sparring as well, images. Yeah, he can fight. Around that weight, there's actually some very good boxers. Obviously KSI, Jake Paul, we've got mentioned there as well, of course. He's made very, he looks better and better. Yeah, I want to see Tom Saturday before, sparring's one thing. I want to see him under the lights, cameras rolling, and let's see. I mean, KSI will be out again in January, so let's see on Saturday night.
Last question on this event. Can we expect any other celebrities or names you can drop that are going to be coming down Saturday night? Because I know these sort of shows attract a big audience.
KSI is coming tomorrow. You better ask him. He's got a bigger celebrity phone book list than I do. But no, there will be something, and we'll probably talk about that a little bit more at the presser tomorrow.
Good stuff. Kalle, I can't let you go without asking you about the hottest topic in boxing at the
I
moment.
wasn't expecting you to let me go without asking, but
I'll get slaughtered if I don't ask you anything about the whole Eubank Benn situation.
I understand all the people at home who want to ask 1,000 questions, and it's not. I'm not going to go on the words of I'm under legal this and legal that. I'll be totally honest with you. I don't have any more information, and people shooting at me saying, "Oh, you know stuff, this stuff." I don't. Right? So, you know, we're not the side that tested positive for something, right? And we've done everything we can for our athlete. That's legally possible. That's all I can really say right now. I'm waiting to hear as well what comes out of the Conor Benn side. You know, I see him put out today a big statement that he's, you know, wants bigger applause when he says, okay, but everyone's looking and waiting, and we are the same. We're not involved in their process, you know. So the bullets in that direction are very, very strange, but that's it, you know. That's all I can say, because unless I make it up, I've got nothing else to say.
I think the only thing I want to ask you, I think the fans are mainly concerned about the fact that obviously you guys apparently knew about it 2 weeks before. What was the plan if the boxing board were not going to, you know, sanction the fight?
We don't know, because we weren't talked to. We were informed. Junior was informed, but it's not our test. So we can only go by the process that the board lays out. We've done that to the letter of the law, totally compliant, but no one talked to us. So we didn't have an ongoing discussion with the board, because they put lawyers on it. So our lawyers were talking to their lawyer. I can't talk to lawyers, I'm not a lawyer. So we put our lawyer in touch with their lawyer, and it was a back and forth, and that was it, you know. So, but once again, we didn't test positive, right? But the person who suffered the most, along with the undercard, the fans who paid good money to get to the O2, was Junior. So my interest at the time is for my client, and that's all I have to say on it.
Thank you, Kalle. Last question, Chris Eubank Jr. Obviously, he's come out great in this whole build-up. And I think no matter where he fights next, he potentially is a pay-per-view attraction, no matter who he fights. So could Liam Smith on Sky Sports be an option?
It's an option, of course, we look at. We will look what's coming up now in the next days, weeks on the Benn side of it. Do we get him out quickly? Does he want time off? It's up. I've been the last 2 days with him. You know, he's as upbeat as he can be. He's a very positive human. Did a lovely gesture last night, giving away 50 grand, 60 grand's worth of gear to fans. Yeah, his popularity's soaring. But I tell you something, he'd much rather have fought last weekend. We'll never forget that. I'm sure, you know, yeah, he's up on the opinion poll, so to speak. But he's a fighter. He's a fighter, and he wants to fight. You know, that's the part that, and he's been through hell and back in the camp. We all saw but that he was on weight. We all saw the images. You know, he really busted a gut for that. He signed a contract. He did what he said he was going to do, and he's on that side of it. It's gutting.
Kalle, I really appreciate you answering that. I appreciate your respect. Thank you.
Thanks.